Yep.
So this is a fantastic trailer. Nothing but a black screen, and halfway through, we actually see this guy. Look at his face. What is this growth here? Why does he have 19 creases on his chin? So overall, we get one quick, we get a quick dialogue. We get a quick look at what one of the Space Marines is going to look like, and then we get names.
Yeah.
It just,
I have to say the voice they picked for the voiceover sounds like a guy who should be in a library reading a book. He doesn't sound like a Space Marine to me.
Well, but he's a narrator, so you don't mind that as much, right? But that's John Hurt.
If he's a narrator, that's fine. But if that's that character's voice,
I don't think it is. I think John Hurt actually plays the narrator. And if some of you guys might be going, "Who's John Hurt?" So I'm going to run over to IMDb real quick so I can pull up some of his earlier works. And John Hurt, here we go. He's the guy that was on. He's the dragon in the TV show Merlin. He was evidently in Hellboy 2: The Golden Army.
Never saw it.
He was in V for Vendetta.
Who did he play?
Honestly, I cannot remember.
Nobody.
Let me see.
Do you know what's really weird though?
He played the dude on the big screen, the creepy politician dude.
No way. The main antagonist.
The main antagonist. He played in. There's some other really big. He was the wand salesman in the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
That's actually a really cool character, I might say.
Honestly, some of the other stuff that I've seen him in, it's the reason why I'm kind of excited about him being in there. Okay. He's been in some really creepy movies too. I'm looking at a listing of over 150 movies that he's been in, so it's really hard. I'm just trying to.
I mean, and if someone's been in 150 movies,
yeah, the guy's got talent.
Yeah, he's not just a schmo.
No, not at all. So, not too upset about him being the narrator. I agree with you. I think it would be weird to have him. What is up with everything being yellow in my camera now? But
you're jaundiced.
I hate it when that happens.
But I would say it'd be really weird if he came on going, "Oh, I'm a Space Marine. I'm going to crush you, you heretic."
Well, no, the best is his ending line, and the greatest of all are the Ultramarines. Like if he's an Ultramarine walking around, they're sitting around talking, hey, I think we should go deal with the Tyranid horde that's over there. Well, maybe we should, because we're the greatest of all, the Ultramarines. Could happen.
I think from now on.
But who is the audience? Who are they trying to target? If they're trying to target the older generation, I think they missed the boat with kind of a weird art direction. I think they do make the mark with the voice talent. I think they miss the mark if dealing with the storyline, they really aren't playing to what the 40K universe is like. If they're trying to get new players in, the fact that they simplified the story arc makes sense. The voice talent is kind of weird because you'd almost want younger people that the kids could identify with more. And the art direction, again, is just weird and creepy.
But I can't see us going Zac Efron as Captain Orcasius.
Well, he's not British, so that, but That's that.
Why do they have to be British?
Because GW's a British company.
Do you know what have sold it for me?
What?
Sean Connery.
Okay,
Yes.
so just from the UK in general, huh?
Yeah, Sean Connery, he goes, he fights the Tyranids, kills them, and then beats a woman. Why not? Right?
We're not going to attribute anything like that to Sean Connery. He's a good guy, I'm sure, but it's,
Yeah.
But imagine him going, why don't you go see if the Tyranids are nearby? That would be fantastic.
And they go, okay, Mr. Connery, that's sad to you.
No. My name is not Connery, it's the Emperor. Something like that.
When cultures collide, right?
Something like that. I wish them the best. I really do. I really kind of hope that it ends up being a great movie. I think it would have made a lot more sense if they focused in on one particular audience and stuck with it. If they were going to do fan service and actually make it be about people who are into the game and just make it a little bit more about getting new players in, they would have had a more simple art style and they would have followed the fluff of 40K a lot better. If they were going to go, we don't care about any of the people who are already playing 40K. We, as GW, are only caring about those kids who haven't started playing. We want their money. Okay? That's still a fine... at least that way it still is defined who their target audience is, right? Then, again, get rid of the art direction. Fine with the simplified story, but tell us who the opponent is. Come on.
I think it's going to be... I don't think it's going to be Chaos Marines.
Who do you think?
I really don't. I think it's going to be... I really think it's going to be Tyranids.
Well, we think so because we're knowledgeable about the universe, and let's be honest here, the only claim to fame that the Ultramarines really have is being the first to encounter recorded first encounter with Tyranids.
Our planet got invaded, we couldn't protect it, but we took it back. We're awesome because we took back our planet.
We're the greatest Space Marines ever.
I think what Games Workshop should have done... Sorry about that. It was peanut butter. They should have made a list of all the armies and been, who do you want to be the protagonist? Made a list of another armies. Who do you want to be the antagonist? And then just gone...
I think that would have been too complicated. Assuming that you're going to allow a person to pick more than one army, or are you saying no, just one army?
No, just pick a army.
Well, let's be honest here. What they really needed to do was decide, is this pre-heresy or post-heresy? Since it's going to be for their game, it's going to be post-heresy, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to have to introduce, but you're still going to have to introduce the Emperor, or else no one's going to... Well, maybe again, if your target audience is kids, maybe they don't care.
Guys with big guns.
Yeah, exactly. But I just want to know what the hassle is. Who's the antagonist? And are we not seeing them yet because we won't recognize them due to the art direction? And the Tyranids are over there.
You see that red dot? That's an eyeball.
Those look a lot like the Teletubbies.
Well, when we saw the Dawn of War 2 trailer, and the Eldar pointed to the sky, and you saw the clouds coming, we knew it was Tyranids.
Well, not just that. Let's look at the direction of that of THQ's cut sequences would have made a better trailer than what we saw.
I agree.
And I think it also probably would have played better, no matter who the audience was, if that was the art direction.
Also, if you look at the Dawn of War 2 intro trailer, it's clear cut who's who. We have the Eldar and we have the Space Marines. There's no...
Is there any like major story arc that we're aware of where the Ultramarines and Imperial Fists are anywhere near one another? Imperial Fists completely, they're surrounding Holy Terra. Don't really venture out very much. Ultramarines, way over there.
In the backfield. He's like the outfielder that's out there playing with the grass, while everyone plays baseball.
Well, it's going to end up being almost a Serenity type movie plot where, the Imperial Fists were on their ship and it got shot down and it landed on the planet and then Ultramarines had to go save them.
Because they were Tyranids.
Because they were Tyranids.
And who fights Tyranids better?
The Eldar. No, actually, I have a feeling that your enemy, your opponent, because they're going to want a lot of enemies against a core Space Marine group, and because if GW and the people who thought about how this should play out were smart, they would have picked an opponent who happens to have when you play the game, you tend to play it in a horde-like fashion, right? So it's going to be orcs or it's going to be Tyranid. Those are going to be your two choices, and I'm afraid that they're going to pick orcs.
Okay, can I say something?
Of course.
Orcs are very, very... No, I'm not allowed to say nothing. Are a very viable option. Because we have a group of elite soldiers taking on a mindless horde. This is why I think Tyranids as well. A mindless horde, more or less. You don't even have to get, even though we know orcs think and act, even if it's a very one-directional manner, they still think, right? I have a power claw. I don't have someone in between this power claw. Let's get the power claw to someone to squish, right?
Fair enough.
Well,
but I also think if they're playing up the whole notion of a small band of Space Marines beating a huge force, and they happen to pick Necrons as the opponent, I think anyone who was into the 40k fluff would go, "This is a dumb movie." There's 10 million Necrons on the other side, and there's 12 of us here. We can take them on.
Well, but a squad of 5 Space Marines could take on an orc horde. They just have to do one surgical strike and they're out, Take out the war boss and the war band falls apart, pretty much.
Right. But I'm saying, again, let's also think about the fact that this movie will probably tie into the Ultramarine video game that's coming out, right?
Now that looks good. I'm excited about that.
But even that would have been a better direction to take the movie as far as visuals are concerned.
If you look at the teaser trailers for Space Marine, it's gorgeous.
But who's their opponent? It's Chaos. Isn't it?
No, it's orcs.
That's all the trailers that I've seen.
It's orcs.
Really? So then I'm making a prediction right now. I know it's not an RTD.
Do it.
But my prediction is that
scale of 1 to 10.
It's going to be orcs as the opponent for the Ultramarines.
Could be. Now, on my PSP game, I have Warhammer 40,000 Squad Command, which is a little turn-based, you have action points for each of your squad members, and you have 15 action points. It takes 2 to shoot your gun, but you can use more to get better accuracy, and movement costs points. It's really a cool little tactical game.
It takes 1 point to go, we are the best Space Marine chapter.
And then you gain 5 just for saying that.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So there's a little microphone on the PSP that can pick up, I'm the best Space Marine chapter ever. Blink. Oh, look, I got 5 more action points.
All hail the Emperor. Blink.
Oh, another 2. Yay.
But you fought Chaos in that, and it had amazing cutscenes for a portable device. They were very artsy, a lot of still images that would have moving parts, flames.
That won't work for a cartoon, right? You're gonna want...
What I'm saying is it had more narrative in that little bitty bit that compelled the storyline that made sense than we saw in this teaser trailer for Ultramarine.
Dude, there was
there were headaches.
I got more from the cover of Horse Heresy as a teaser to what the Horse Heresy book or Horse Rising was going to be about from the cover than I did from that trailer.
I agree. I think Games Workshop or Codex Pictures or whoever the heck is doing it dropped the ball.
Well, I mean, wait a minute. Let's take a look at what other films this company has made.
Bionicle.
Yes, a fan. Okay, this is another interesting take. Now we know for a fact that John Hurt is in this movie, lending his voice, but it doesn't show up on his IMDb.
Do you think it's because IMDb dropped the ball on that?
And it's not just because of voice, because it's showing here that he's the voice of the dragon on the TV show Merlin, okay? But there's no mention of Ultramarines on here. So, and it shows movies that he's going to be in all the way into 2011 with the second part of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So, I don't know. Maybe this movie is never going to come out. I mean, like I said, if we're expecting to see this movie come out in 2010, which from everything I've heard was supposed to happen.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out this year. Even the teaser trailer says 2010. Right.
So if that's the case, why is the only teaser trailer this? It seems to me like, at this point, when you're this close to the end of the year, even if it's coming out in December, that we should be seeing more than a still image of a Space Marine.
I agree.
So maybe the reason it's not on IMDb is that it's not coming out this year. Or
you think it got delayed?
It either got delayed or maybe it got shelved. Although Comic-Con just recently happened, and that's where the trailer got released. So it seems like a lot of money for the April Fool's joke that's coming next year.
We just blew $5 million on an April Fool's joke. Yes!
So, good times. Well, guys, this has been a really long video. We're approaching 40 minutes at this point, and there's no way I'm going to be posting this whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the recording portion here.